Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is an honor to be your teammate. Are you feeling good?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Football is back, right? The Browns are on their way to the Super Bowl. And we're dedicating Centennial Plaza. What could get better than that? You know, kind of just a Ray Guy punt from here. Almost 99 years ago, September 17th of 1920, there were a bunch of guys like us who got together and met in Ralph Hayes' car dealership. And there weren't enough chairs, so they sat around on the running boards, and Prohibition was going on, so they had some illegal beer there. And they decided to form this thing that became the National Football League. They each said they'd come up with $100, and our historians say that a couple of them might not have even paid that. But think of what it's become. Think of how it affects people. Think of who it employs. And that, when those guys were there, did they know what was going to happen? Did they know that years later that the TV ratings for the NFL would be 10 times higher than college football, Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NHL combined? They acted in faith. They came together and they said, hey, we're going to work together. This game that we honor here in Canton, Ohio, that you have done such a wonderful job in creating something as special as the Pro Football Hall of Fame, really stands for those values. To honor the heroes of the game, to preserve its history, to promote its values, and celebrate excellence everywhere. And I can promise you, when I knock on the door of the new class at the Super Bowl, every one of those guys knows that Canton, Ohio stands for excellence. The greatest that there is. Every player wants to be drafted, but every player who ever touches a ball dreams that their career will end right here in Canton, Ohio. And now, it's not just the Hall of Famers, but really it's every player that contributed to this great thing. One of the things that we're designing here is a wall that will have the name of every player that played in the NFL during its first century. For decades and for decades, guys' grandchildren will come here to this spot to say, this was what our great-great-great-grandfather did. And what you've done here, what you're doing here today, is a wonderful example of that excellence and what this game is about. Look around you. This is a huddle. It might be a little bit bigger than the 11 guys that are on a field in the NFL, but this is a huddle. And in this huddle, we have media, we have legislatures, and we have business, and we have the arts. And we come together in this huddle to support each other. And I'll tell you, I cannot think of any better example of what the values of the game are than how this project was pursued. You know, when people talk to me about Johnson Controls Hall of Fame Village or Centennial Plaza, they say, when's it going to be done? And you know, my response to them that I've learned over the last couple of years is, I hope it's never done. I hope we grow and we grow and we grow and we keep growing. I hope it's never done. But I will tell you that this stuff does not come easily. You don't raise $12 million, whether it's from the city or the state or from philanthropy, by accident. You have to get involved. And just like a football game, you got to get your nose bloodied. And, you know, sometimes snot's coming out of your nose and blood's coming out of your mouth. And you got to fight for it. And not everything goes the way as planned. But I want to tell you that I saw courage in this project. I saw it in its design. I saw it in its development. The mayor really reflected a lot of courage. Went through a number of iterations. There were a number of times this thing was going to be stopped. There were a number of times where we didn't think we were going to come up with money. And guys like Ted or Jim or the senator or Denny would huddle up again together. And they'd say, we're not going to let this stop us. Okay, here's the new plan. Here's the new play. Let's go out. And they'd break that huddle with one heartbeat. And they'd go out and fight for the good of everyone involved by facing the adversity on the other side of that line. And if they got tackled for a loss or there was a fumble, they'd huddle up again. And I saw it over and over and over again. And today is the result all that courage, of all that character. And this park is going to be beautiful. It's going to affect the lives of children that are not born yet. It's going to affect business that isn't here yet. And I guarantee you that on September 17th of 2020, you'll want to be here because at halftime of that birthday game, all the eyes of the world will be on Centennial Plaza, where the NFL was born. And this park is going to be beautiful because of the great work of Don and NKSK. But more than that, it's going to stand for character. The character of the guys who built this league, the character of those who huddled up to build this park. And what I want to tell you is that this is just the beginning. I don't know if you were at the last Enshrine, but maybe you saw how it ended with 20,000 people watching Imagine Dragons at Tom Benson Stadium. It was a great concert. It was positive, it was great values, it was a wonderful message on unity and inclusion to kids out there, and it was a great time. This next week, we've got the Black College Football Hall of Fame Classic, and we've got 2 teams that are coming to Canton and bringing all their fans, and it's a wonderful story about the Black College Football Hall of Fame. And now Centennial Park connects Johnson Controls, Hall of Fame Village, so that there's a whole lot of people who may have thought that they were forgotten that are now included. And this is a big huddle, and everyone is welcome in our huddle. All you got to do is get on the same page, show some character and courage, and fight. Fight for more good. Fight for more development. Fight for more opportunity. Fight to create more jobs. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep fighting, and we're going to have one heck of a celebration on September 17th of 2020, where all the eyes of the world will be on you. Please make sure you're there. Mr. Mayor, it is an honor to be your teammate. It is an honor to be in the huddle with men like this. And we're going to do our best to program this thing so that there's constantly something happening for our businesses, for our children, for our community, to make Canton a safer place, to make it a better place. There's really wonderful things happening in Canton. They're not easy. They're not for the faint of heart. They require courage, character, and sometimes some risk. But I'll tell you, they're happening. And if you want to have some fun, you need to come to Canton, Ohio. Thank you.